Well, we all know that I love GTRs, and it's pretty obvious I'm going to do a feature on the GTRs of SEMA. Now, I've been coming here since 2006, and I used to get pretty upset that Skyline GTRs was something you just, well, occasionally might see in the corner somewhere, and they didn't really take centre stage as no one knew what they were. When the R35 came along, they were everywhere for years here at SEMA, and they have died off a little bit lately, but now the Skyline GTR is starting to take centre stage at SEMA. Not just because they're getting more popular, but the builds that are showing up here are simply next level. Behind me, the Garage Active R32, the midnight purple carbon one they've brought over. Inside is probably what I think is the best car at the show, the driver Motorsport R32. Yoshihara has his R33 project car here. We've seen a time attack wide by the R32 and a whole lot more. So off we go to show you guys the GTRs of SEMA.
Garage Active stole the show at the 2021 SEMA Show with their first Carbon R R32 GTR in raw carbon. For 2022, they stepped it up a notch with the Midnight Purple 3 Carbon R. It looks incredible with the entire carbon-skinned body and panels covered in Midnight Purple 3 that still lets the carbon weave show through. All will agree that the effect is simply stunning. Their own custom 12-inch wide wheels house Garage Active monoblock brakes. Inside the car, the carbon theme goes even further, with carbon floor panels replacing the carpet and carbon Recaro seats. The roll cage is also Midnight Purple 3, and the rest of the interior has been tastefully retrimmed in Alcantara. With a GTR, the engine bay is the most important part. Taking pride of place is an HKS RB30 crate motor. It uses an RB26 block with a high gudgeon pin 2-piece 87mm piston to bring capacity to 3 litres. We're curious to see how this works, as it's not a conventional setup for the RB and something we haven't seen tested. The ported head uses VCAM Step 2, and there is a Garrett-based HKS turbo strapped to the side. The inlet side uses a GReddy single throttle inlet. Power numbers have been thrown around everywhere on the internet, but straight from Sakamoto-san's mouth is that it makes 930 PS on a little over 27 PSI. Beyond that, we'll just have to wait and see. Another Garage Active body kit equipped GTR at SEMA was Brad's R32, built by Driver Motorsport. This car had a heap of attention all weekend and is one of, if not the best, complete GTR build in the USA, with go and show in equal measure. We have a full feature on the car that you can check out on our YouTube channel. Yoshihara's R33 build by GReddy USA had a very retro look with bits of 400R and early 2000s styling, but with a modern twist. 18-inch wheels, stop-tech brakes, and inside is Recaro seats and GReddy's new limited edition steering wheel. Under the hood is the new GReddy crate engine and their new turbo and inlet manifold, plus basically the entire GReddy catalogue. One car that caught our attention was Chris's Time Attack R32 GTR, built by Sean Bassett from Attack the Clock Racing. It has plenty of carbon fibre, all the fruit, and made it into the finals of the SEMA Battle of the Builders competition in the Sport Compact category. The aero package is for Time Attack and Pikes Peak, with a giant APR rear wing mounted to the chassis, giant rear diffuser and flat floor, barge boards down the sides, front splitter and canards, and a carbon hood with negative pressure ducts. Custom Volk T37s house AP racing brakes all round. Inside is pure race car but with exceptional fit and finish. The paddle shifters would normally mean a pneumatically shifted sequential transmission, but it uses a BMW dual clutch transmission. This combined with the Winters quick change rear end tells us the car is now rear-wheel drive. The dry-sumped engine is a 2.8 litre stroker with Garrett G40 turbo and some Aussie parts from Ross Performance, PRP, Hypertune and Motec. We can't wait to see it hit the track in its current trim. A strange place to find a GTR at SEMA was in the Hoonigan Burnyard, with Gary King's R33 putting on a show.
Every year at SEMA, there is one or two cars that just stand out because there's so many of them at the show. And I thought in 2022 we would see the new Nissan Z or Z everywhere at SEMA. But here's the thing, we're not. Why? There's still massive supply issues in North America getting them to customers. So there's only a handful of Nissan Zs at the show, but we're going to go check them all out.
Nissan North America and Nismo had the new GT4 race car on display, and also Chris Forsberg's 1300 horsepower VR38 powered Formula D car. Of interest to many Z owners was this Z displaying an array of Nismo parts available, including intakes, exhaust, brakes, wheels, suspension and more. Most of the Zs we saw looked fairly stock with wheels, but plenty of them did have power mods. Sabon had one showcasing their new Z parts, including bonnet, lip and ducktail spoiler. But the most modified Z visually at the show was TJ Hunt's, sporting the new Street Hunter wide body kit. No doubt there will be a lot more modified Zs at the 2023 SEMA Show as more cars get delivered.